Ciao, my name is Riccardo. I'm a director and photographer. I'm here today for another episode of An Espresso with Riccardo with Marco Gambino. I know Marco for quite a few years, actually. We have collaborated on a few projects, on a few photo projects, on a few film projects as well. And I'm really excited to have him here today. And we're going to talk about a very interesting subject. So, Marco, why don't you tell us in a few words, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I'll be very brief. I'm an actor and a writer. I have moved to London over 30 years ago, and I'm very proud of my Sicilian origins.
Yeah, and I know you're a very good chef as well. So
Yes, indeed.
so we were talking about the idea of doing something together, and we were talking about a possible theme. And one thing that we both got really excited about was a peculiar aspect of your work. So discussing together with you about like some of the things that they keep coming back in your stories and in your work is the fact that you work with extraordinary characters.
Yes.
So today's theme is about extraordinary stories and extraordinary characters.
Yes.
So I just wanted to ask you, so why you are drawn to these kind of characters and these kind of stories? Tell us more about that.
Well, I think everything starts from the term extraordinary. For me, extraordinary doesn't mean something that is, over the top. Extraordinary means out of line. People that in their lives have had the courage, have been brave enough to just have stepped a little bit out of the line, and then with their talent build something. I believe that each one of us can be extraordinary. In fact, each one of us is extraordinary. But you have to have that sort of yes, I would call it courage, bravery of stepping out and show your talent free from any limitations that I think this world we're living in often imposes. We all have boundaries. We have to respect rules. These guys, the people I'm talking about, quite often are unruly. So I like this term unruliness, which is very difficult to reach. And yes, so, my monologues, which is kind of my specialty, often, most of the time, are about this kind of people.
That's very interesting. Thank you, Marco. And so I think why don't we just give a taste of some of these characters? So I know you prepared a few short monologues.
Yes.
So would you like maybe to start with the first one?
Yes, and the first unruly character I like to read something from is, in fact, my mother. She was unruly, and she's given me, I believe, that talent I have. And here is, for the first time, I mean, it's a special treat for you, Riccardo. It's the incipit, the beginning of my memoir that I've been writing during these COVID times. So it's very short. It is the last day of school before the Easter holidays. The nun announces to the class that, like every year, my mother is about to arrive with a live lamb, and that us children will have permission to go out into the garden to try and catch the little animal once it will be freed. I feel the blood rising to my face. My heart is beating fast. I wish I could disappear. I wish the lady who's about to arrive was not my mother. My mother embarrasses me. She's different from the mothers of the other kids, also serious and demure. Mothers in black and white. Mine is in color.
That's brilliant, really. I can totally see. I mean, I've got two children, and very, very interesting. It's
Yes.
a very, very interesting story. I can't wait to read the whole book, actually, when it's going to be published, and hopefully soon. Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic. So, but have you got anything else that you want to?
Yes, another of my characters that I got fascinated by immediately as soon as I was sent the script of this monologue is Maria Callas. Maria Callas was an exceptionally talented singer, but she had something that was unruly. She was someone that had a very special talent that couldn't be planned, couldn't be, expected. And here is a short excerpt from my monologue, which in fact has been written by Federica Nardacci, a musicologist, and I've worked with her to sort of shape it up for the performance. And it's about childhood again. Here is Maria talking about childhood. Childhood, the time of life that perhaps more than any other nurtured the seeds of my grief. Contests, broadcasts, concerts, and always prizes. Child prodigies don't have a real childhood. I don't remember having a favorite toy. I only remember the songs which I had to practice constantly. Nobody noticed my pain. I felt loved only when I was singing. So, you can feel the grief, the pain, because I believe also unruly people and extraordinary people do suffer. And it's out of their sufferance that this magic element comes out. They don't have an easy life. And so talent, I always believe that, comes at a cost. Comes at a cost.
And it's, I must say, I've seen the play, and it's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I have one question to ask you, but shall we? Have you got another piece to read us? And
yes.
I've got this question for you.
Yes, this is a piece from one of my most, I would say, let's call them famous plays. It's called Words of Honor, and it's about mafia. It's an account of mafia through the words of the mafiosi, which I believe are extraordinary people. I read that, and then I'll tell you more. So this is an excerpt from the monologue of Buscetta, who's the mafioso thanks to whom we know how mafia works, because he confessed everything to Judge Falcone. So this is the moment of the appointment. They prick your finger with the thorn of an orange, and then they hand you a paper image representing the Madonna dell'Annunziata, the saint protector of Cosa Nostra, stained with your blood. Then they light it, and as it burns, you pass it on from one hand to the other, repeating the words, as paper, I burn you, as a saint, I adore you. May my flesh burn like this paper, if one day I will betray the Cosa Nostra. Once appointed, they say to you, he is like us. This is the Cosa Nostra. We are men of honor, the elite. The rest are mere mortals, much more than just ordinary criminals. We are the worst of the worst.
Wow. So, Marco, why the world needs these type of stories and these type of characters, these type of people?
I think, especially in moments like this, but all the time, we need to be inspired. I think these people inspire us to become braver, to become better, to be different. I think we need to be different more than ever. I think this world is becoming so samey. We are all into a sort of, we are becoming like a culture of samey people. We don't dare kind of going beyond this sort of imaginary boundary that separates us from the joy of transgressing a little bit. I wish people would transgress more rules, and I don't mean we have to become like the mafiosi, criminals, kill people, go out and be crazy, but have the courage of saying, here is who I am. You like me? Fine. You don't like me? That's okay too. That's what I feel.
That's a great a great stripe line and a great way of ending this episode, I think. So thank you for having an espresso with me. It's not the Sicilian espresso that we can have one day in Sicily, in your hometown, but it's been really extraordinary to have you here. And thanks a lot, Marco. And see you next time.
Thank you, Riccardo.
Ciao.
Oh.